Jackie, you know how long I like you and I want you to be my wife. And listen, Devin just graduated high school. It's So the last time we saw Jackie, Jackie turned big man. She get embarrassed in front of her crush, but she was looking for Auntie and Auntie come visit her. So now we are on chapter 6. The next few months were difficult as I did my best to avoid Devon and Trevor as much as possible. And as I said, Trevor is Devon's cousin and she had a crush on him and her boy Devon embarrassed her big time, right? Don't get it twisted, I still had a huge crush on Trevor, but I struggled with how to get past Devon's watchful eye. The man always a watch eye. I even changed my route going home, taking the long way just to avoid seeing the cousins together. My parents started to suspect something was wrong because I was always late getting home. Graduation came and went without repeating the red run incident. That's how when she have to run home because her belly did a bubble. You understand? For those who just joined us, I am reading from Island Twist, written by yours truly, chapter 6. Let's go. Jackie, please come here, princess, Dada called. He wanted me to go on another errand to the cleaner. So she's in between. You know that little, you graduated, but you're not in college yet, and you think you're big, but you're not really big, right? I try hide out from the madman Devon, who I try mash up your little life. She says, I was so comprehensive about running into Devon or Trevor that I even protested a little. Sorry, not comprehensive. I say, I will write comprehensive in the book. Apprehensive. I'm not even going to cut that out. I was so apprehensive about running into Devon or Trevor that I even protested a little, which I rarely ever did, especially when it came to my father. Can you tell Jackie's a daddy's girl, right? I need you to pick up and take something to the cleaners, Jackie, and I don't want you to come in late either, said Dada. I I fumbled, searching for an excuse, but failed. Okay, Dada, I reluctantly agreed. The idea of having to pass by Devon's house freaked me out. But my father had made it clear that I should go and come back quickly. On my way to get dressed, I heard Mama calling me from her room. Yes, Mama. I pushed the door to her room and found her sitting in her favorite spot, bent over her beloved antique sewing machine and listening to WNES FM on the radio. She motioned with her hand for me to come over. Mama rose from her chair and made her way over to her fabric station, which was brimming with vibrant colors and beautiful prints. She stepped up on her stool with difficulty, even stumbling a bit, while reaching for the material she needed. And if you ever been around a seamstress or a tailor, colors and patterns and fabrics just call you. So even if you didn't do anything with it yet, you just stacking it up. Because come the day you're going to do something with it, it's right there, right? She never answered or looked at me. No, sorry. She nearly dropped her ground. Mama nearly dropped. Mama, are you all right? I called over to her, watching to make sure she had regained her balance. She never answered or looked at me. You know what? I watched as she stood on her tippy toes, determined to reach the fabric way at the top of the pile. Once she had the fabric in hand, she hastily attempted to get it down, missing a step and nearly stumbling onto the floor. Why Mama don't just ask for help? I reached out just in time to prevent her from getting seriously hurt. Mama, is everything okay? During the commotion, she grabbed my shoulder tightly with her free hand and dug her fingers in with enough force to make me think she might have dislocated it. Sorry, me not laugh. So she didn't want help. Oh, and she had grab and pad her in and a grab and pan poor Jackie's shoulder. But what you gonna say, right? During her flailing, she kicked my shin, sending my own foot sliding back until my baby toe smacked hard against the iron leg of the sewing machine. Pain. Mm-mm. Talk about pain. I wanted to yell and cry all at once, but instead I settled for a whimper. Ah, that hurt. Hush, baby. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. You couldn't reach the fabric, and that happened. And you never want to ask for help. And why they always tell you hush when they hurt you. Like, oh, Miss Sarah, me hurt you. Hush. No. I know it's supposed to be a term of endearment, but to me, it feels like be quiet. It's okay. No, I want to cry. You hurt me. Okay. She felt ashamed of her tumble and wanted to get back to her work as soon as possible. My mother, who was not very tall, we figured, but had a feisty and formidable personality, was embarrassed about the fall. Almost fall. Kind of fall. Maybe I stumbled. Nobody got road and tell people so she dropped. Okay. Come here, baby, she said as if nothing had happened. Look at the fabric your father bought for you. Isn't it beautiful? I limped over to get Yo, Jackie is used to it. Yo, Jackie said I limped over to get a better look at the fabric, not quite able to forget about the stool incident. With my still throbbing toe, I managed to mumble, "Yes, Mama, it's pretty." "Good. I'm going to make you a new dress," Mama said decidedly. I nodded my head in acknowledgement and forced a smile for my mother's sake. "Are you ready to go to the cleaners for your father now?" she asked. Huh? They still wanted me to go to the cleaners after getting my toe smashed with nothing but a hush to soothe the pain? I dared not express my discontent with what I thought was a very unreasonable request, cause Jackie no one got road. Jackie afraid of death, huh? She don't want to go outside, no way, no how. And she thought that busting up her toe was gonna make them tell her it's okay, she ain't gotta go to the cleaners. That's hilarious. Instead, I limped out of her room into mine and got ready to leave. Summer was here, and Valley High was officially over. I was eager to start City College in the fall and miss school a bit. Most of all, I missed Trevor, my crush. Ah. It had been weeks since graduation, and I was curious whether I'd run into him again. Everything had been quiet lately. Devin went missing after senior year, which was great. However, I hadn't seen Trevor either. Just the thought of him still made me tingle. While in my room, I tried rubbing the paint out of my toe. I grabbed my favorite dress, the Sunflower Delight, from my closet and put it on for my errand. On my way out of the room, my reflection caught my eye. I doubled back to take a good look in the full-length mirror near my door. Yep, I'm fly. "Jackie," Dada called again. "Come take this money and my suit to the cleaners." "Okay, Dada." "Dada, dang, where you going?" He probably pressing for this suit to go to the cleaners. I mean, what's going on? Is there some type of event we need to know about? As I made my way towards him, the phone rang. "Answer the phone." This is back in the day. For those who are like, this feels like a period piece. This is back in the day, right? Where there were still house phones were a regular thing, okay? Mama ordered from her room. "Good afternoon, Brown residents," I answered. "Hey, who is this? Tamar, Lena, Jazz, Marcus?" I couldn't help but roll my eyes as the caller ran down all the list of my siblings. "No," I responded. "This is Jackie. May I ask who's calling?" "You don't recognize my voice?" the caller replied. Giving the caller a bit of feistiness, or some would call it sass, was tempting, but I decided against it, concluding that she was likely an adult that knew my parents. Of course, because she just called all your siblings, so you may not know her, but she knows you. "May I ask whom you would like to speak with?" I asked politely. "Jackie, oh, it's you. My, how you sound like big girl, sir. Well, this is your Auntie Dolores from country." And if you've been around any cultural household and somebody knew you when, and then you grew big, and they thought your little tiny brain was going to remember exactly who you are, that is that. "You remember me?" Like, bruh, I was like 1.5. No, I don't remember. "Who is Auntie Dolores from country?" I was puzzled, without a single clue who I was speaking to. My family left the island some years ago when I was still young. I knew that it was customary to call friends and family uncle or auntie as a sign of respect. Could she be one of those? Then again, she could be one of any of the number of women my Uncle Ricky kept around. What? Ricky Agelis. They were also introduced to us as auntie instead of terms more accurate but less appropriate for young ears. At any rate, I didn't have time to figure it out, and I gave Auntie Dolores from country the option of speaking to either my mother or my father. She's like, yo, bro, who you want to talk to? Because I got somewhere to be. She chose to speak to with my mother. I handed Mama the phone and made my way to the cleaners. The sunshine burst through the front door. The Mr. Soft, the ice cream truck, chimed in the distance. There were little girls and boys dressed in beachwear making their way towards the fire hydrant across the street. You know this is New York. An older boy was walking towards the hydrant with a big wrench, ready to crack it open. I knew I had to move quickly if I didn't want to get wet. Cause you know when the hydrant they want me, you know, everybody I get it. I hurriedly made my way down the steps and up the street, still limping a bit because of my bruised toe. No sooner than my foot hit the pavement, I heard the annoying sound of someone yelling my name loudly from behind. Jackie Brown! My heart began to pound as I contemplated running with each beat. There was only one person I knew that said my name like that. I slowly turned in the direction of the voice, and sure enough, it was Devil. You hear how Jackie used to treat her nice husband who she said she love her now in a chapter one? How Jackie did treat Devin so? Devin come look for Jackie. Jackie ready for run. I made a quick and discreet scan to see if he was alone. I wasn't sure if I could face Trevor like this after the last time we met, or kind of met. Well, you know, after the Red Run encounter. Where you been, pretty young thing? Devin, don't make me laugh, y'all. Don't make me laugh. Let me see what I got here. So this chapter I forgot cut in half. Okay. So he says, where you been, pretty young thing? Tumbled awkwardly off Devin's lips. I wonder if he had hit his head. Devin had gotten some new gear. He wore his hat turned to the side and his shirt unbuttoned several spaces from the collar. I don't know why I'm picturing that. I don't know why. That's hilarious. I could even see the beginning of some chest hair peeking through behind his gold chin. What? Devin, I told man. I'm all right, I responded nervously, not sure where to look. Because, like, I don't want to be looking at the chest hairs, but bruh, they are chest hearing. Like, bruh, close your shirt. What's going on? Devin tried to use more of the American slang he picked up, which made me very uncomfortable. I was used to his normal high-pitched Jamaican patois. Why do you keep looking over your shoulder? You run from police? He teased, sounding more like himself. No, I have to run an errand for my father. I began walking briskly down the block. Devin followed. We stopped up the street from the cleaners. I decided to give him a chance to speak his piece. He was quiet while he tried to catch his breath. So dang, Jackie, how fast you was walking? I thought something was wrong with your toe. Why are you trying to run left Devin? I had no idea what to say to him until finally I worked up enough nerve to ask, so, where's your cousin? Jackie, wrong player, wrong player, wrong player. Where go ask Devin which I think cousin there for? Wrong player, Jackie, man. Wrong, I can't rate that, Jackie, man. Where go do that for? Devin's easygoing demeanor melted away. His nostrils flared, and a bead of sweat suddenly gathered on his forehead. It may be from all that running he was doing. Why are you always asking about him? He asked, visibly irritated. I began to take slow steps backward. She's like, uh-oh. The change in his voice frightened me a bit. Devin put his hands on his round waist. I don't like how she style my guy, you know. I don't like how she style my guy. Why she have the same round waist? Devin put his hands on his round waist and took a deep breath. I watched him intently. He reached into his pocket and took out a large 5-cent peppermint. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day from the corner stores, from the bodegas. They would give you a dollar would get you 20 mints, right? The little bit, they're big, so when you put them in your jar, they kind of swell up until it's up to the 5-cent mint. But anyway, I had to put that in there because that's nostalgia. The silence between us was broken by the rustling of the candy wrapper. Before I knew it, I had inadvertently backed into the gate. The dry cleaning clutched in my hand, waiting to see what Devin would say next. So they stopped, right? But now he's like getting a little saucy, so she like backing up over him, like, yo, bro, what's up? You good? Like, I pushed the wrong button or something? The gate behind me was much taller than I was. He towered over me and leaned in closer, placing his palms on the bars of the gate above my head. Uh-oh. Like he posted up. Now I was even more uncomfortable. What if somebody passed by and saw me talk to man? Hey, listen up. If they hear say, yeah, talk to man, and word get back say, yeah, talk to man, trouble, So no, this is not a good scene. This thing don't look good. So a barrage of what ifs flooded my mind, just as the menthol from Devon's breath brought me back to my senses. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Jackie, you know how long I like you and I want you to be my wife. And listen, Devin just graduated high school. It's a man on a mission. Devin knew what time it was, okay? Devin's like, look, I ain't got no time to play. I'm trying to secure the bag and I'm still trying to secure the wife, okay? So he's over here pushing up on young Jackie talking about, yo, you know what time it is, what's really good. So she said, say what? Be a who? Have you lost your mind? I didn't say what I was thinking, but I didn't make any effort to hide it on my face either. Your wife, I repeated. I'm not even allowed to have boyfriend, much less a husband. And who says it would be you anyway? Hmm? Mind what you say, Jackie, mind what you say. Boy, I never thought I would see the day that I would be grateful for one of my parents' many rules. Come on, Jackie, I see the way you look at my cousin. Don't mind him. I am the one for you. Devin said once again, reminding me how closely he was monitoring my crush on Trevor and how much it animated his competitive side. Make me and you married one day, he suggested. Surprised and fluttered, I quickly changed the subject. What time is it, Devon? 3:15, he answered after consulting the watch on his wrist. 3:15, I echoed, scooting across the gate until I was no longer tented under him. And I shouted over my shoulder, I have to go. I can't be late. I took off running, or more like hobbling quickly up the block, relieved to be free of Devon's penetrating stare. So listen up. We're gonna pause there. We're gonna pick up next time on the second part of chapter 6 because the thing I get saucy. Devon say him know what him want. And Jack if he stop play games with him and him appear on panic and he want his wife before him got school. And Jackie, who we know ultimately ends up marrying Devon, is like, bruh, I don't even think you know what you're talking about. So how did she get with him? That remains for another day. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead to this commercial so you can learn a little bit about Island Twist. And for those who have bought the book, hey, shout out to you. Thank you so much. I look forward to your thoughts. Comment in the comment section below. One. Island Twist follows Jackie Brown, a young girl who finds herself head over heels for the new island boy at school in fresh outer yard, and Jackie has the fever. But as she navigates the ups and downs of her new crush, things quickly spiral out of control when her not so secret admirer becomes determined to sabotage her relationship. So check out the new novel Island Twist over on Amazon today. Now back to the story.